Hi, my name is Ozzy Jurok. I'm here in a gorgeous little town called Kimberley. It's snowing outside, even though it is already late January, or maybe because it is late January, but I'm looking at the numbers of another great, gorgeous town, not so small, our big one, Vancouver, British Columbia. And I'm looking at the numbers on the real estate market that have come out. Now, Ingrid Bergman says that happiness is good health and a bad memory. Well, certainly in Vancouver we have a better health than average. We've been rated at the #1 livable place in the world quite often by such illustrious papers and magazines like The Economist. So we're healthy, we're jogging, we have bike lanes, but we're also forgotten and shaken off that there's a real estate crisis elsewhere in the world and that we ourselves experienced maybe a 10 to 15% decline in 2009, because when you look at the numbers, which only will be out next week in final form, so I'm giving you just a snapshot, if you look at them, the astounding thing is that our prices are well up. In fact, the average price for a condo, that is an average price between Mission and Lions Bay, and if you don't know this, that is sort of the general Vancouver area, very large geographical areas, including every suburbs and small little towns surrounding it. When you look at that average for a condo, that average price in Vancouver is now $430,000. And that's up about 4% over last January. But that doesn't include the downtown Vancouver area, which actually the average is more likely for about an 800 square foot condo, around $600,000 to $800,000, depending on where you pick it. But the real surprise is the single family home. It clocked in, or will clock in, at about $1,100,000. That's the average price for any house between Mission and Lions Bay. That means on the west side of Vancouver, the average is about $1,900,000. West Vancouver, even higher. And where we have seen the concentration of sales has been on those west side of, it's like a Vancouver has sort of a dome over it, where people either from Asian descent, like coming from China, or from Toronto, competing with the local West Siders and are bidding up prices. Yes, in this market we have multiple offers. A 50-foot building lot was just sold for $1,630,000, and a home listed at about $2.6 million actually sold over asking price with some very large, darkness now, with some very large attendance. 30 couples came to the house, 4 or 5 offers are generated. So very strong market. And that price is somewhat, almost 18% higher than it was last January. Now, the average home price, of course, rose from last January's $930,000 to about $1 million and a bit, $1,040,000 by April, and then went down. And so what we're seeing in January, we have recovered to that magnificent, very, very high price. And the question really that everybody asks is it going to continue? Well, if you want to live in Hong Kong, or if you want to live in London or New York or Vancouver, you have to pay the price. And the thing is, of course, we always say, well, but it's not affordable. Well, Vancouver has never been affordable. For 23 years, our affordability index, it takes about 55 to 60% of our average person's income to pay for the average price home. So there you are. You want to live downtown, you have to pay for it. Still, the numbers are strong, the numbers are efficient, so we're healthy, we're very wealthy. Are we wise? Time will tell. When you look at all the trials and tribulations around the world, we're quite happy to be in Canada and in Vancouver. See you next week.